All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you all. Um, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You're watching SAFE.WE, the platform where we speak truth to power, and in conjunction with the Vigil TV radio. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This broadcast is really about something very important, and I will show it later on. We will talk about it again. Good morning to you all. Before we go into broadcast proper, however, there is something I want to show you. Good morning, good morning. If you are watching us, let me just check that everybody can see me and you can tune in and watch. I'm going to try and work out how we're going to put this on all other platforms as well. But I really do need you all. This is a very important message that we're sending out. And we want it to have a positive impact. It's got to have a positive impact on the lives of our people, and we need you to really look at things from a different point of view. Yes, I've got my flag on my chest. It is something that I've literally put it on because I am proud of Yoruba Nation, and I want people to make sure everything's okay. Okay, so as you're watching this, please do share the broadcast. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I really do need you to help us share this broadcast. You can save a life by sharing this broadcast. Literally, you can save a life by sharing this broadcast. I'll wait for a few minutes and I'm going to get something to you. You can see the picture. Oh, sorry about that. Let me see. Yeah, you can. Okay, good. Okay. So let me just check. I just thought for a second it was not working. Yeah. Please share this broadcast. Please share this broadcast. It is very important. I can't overemphasize how important it is. You can literally save a life. And we need to change how we do things. And we need to change how we do things. So please share this broadcast. We're going to do a mixture of Yoruba and English as much as possible. This broadcast can save a life, and we really need you to understand one or two things. And there are reasons why we're doing this. This broadcast is on Citizen AY and simultaneously on Oduduwa TV Radio. We've got about an hour or so that I'll be doing this, but it is important. I need you to really help in getting this going. And we might do one or two things in between whereby we can show one or two things. But first I want you to look at this issue here. I want to show you when we talk about that one Nigeria does not care about your lives. This is exactly what we mean. So let's it doesn't care about how you survive. It doesn't care. It really does not care. It doesn't care. We need to highlight that. We need to expose that, and hopefully we can. So 1 second. I'm trying to. So let me just mute that for a second. There is something I need you to really look at. So I'm hoping that you can see, because they said something this morning. They were asking about Ekiti elections, and I just want you to listen to what the police officer said. I want you to listen to what he said, and this has an impact on why we need to protect ourselves. So here we go. Please, if you're watching, let me just check that all the other platforms are running as well. If you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. We really do need your help to help us grow that platform. Let us just go and check that everything is working in good order on that side. We appreciate everybody that's subscribed so far, and we need you to continue to help us reach more and more people. So please, if you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube, go ahead and do so now. Here's what you need to do. Let's just show you. So subscribe to SAFE.WE, hit the notification button, finally give us the thumbs up. We truly appreciate your support. As you're watching this, you can make a big difference. I'm having this on me because I'm putting on the Yoruba Nation, and to that effect, I'm actually going to do something now. Yeah, the thumbs up, very important as they're coming in. Thank you. I will sing the Yoruba national anthem now as we speak. Here we go. So join us. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, fúnrílẹ̀ ibi wa, kágbéga, kágbéga, kágbéga fáyé rí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù lábọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ni ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Tẹ̀síwájú fọ́pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Please, I would like as many of us, all Yorubas, learn that anthem of heart. Learn it of heart. It is important. Please don't forget, if you're watching us, the best way you can help us is to help us share this broadcast. If you're watching on SAFE.WE on YouTube, please do share. Don't forget to hit the notification button. It's really important that you go ahead and hit that notification button so that when we come live, you will be able to see us. We really need your support in growing that platform, particularly because when we speak English, we need it to be of the information we'll be passing out. It's going to be given to you. It's going to be relevant to not only Yoruba people, but Biafrans and Igbo and Middle Belt people as well, and everybody else in between. The message is really, really important. This message can literally save a life. And please, so once again, I urge you, as you're watching, don't forget to go ahead, subscribe to SAFE.WE on YouTube. Hit the red button, hit the notification button, finally, give us the thumbs up. Those two things are very, very important. So please share, notify, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe, first of all. Subscribe, secondly. Notificate, thirdly. Give us the thumbs up. Those three things do matter. If you're watching this on SAFE.WE on Facebook and you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube, please go and do so now. We really need your support in growing the platform because the messages I will be sharing on the platform are going to be messages that can literally save a life. What we are trying to do at this point, I'm going to go into the discussion proper. Okay, ẹ̀yin ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire o, kò ní sú wa kò ní rẹ̀ wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo rọ̀ wá ni, ẹ bá máa pín ètò ìbẹ́ bá ṣe ń rí. Ó ṣe pàtàkì gan-an nítorí àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tá a máa gbé kalẹ̀ àgbékalẹ̀ wa ó máa já sórí ohun tó lè gba ẹ̀mí èèyàn là. Irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ la máa gbé wá lórí ètò wa. Àwọn òfin àmú kékeré rárá ni, ẹ má bínú, àmú kékeré rárá, ẹ bá wa máa pín. Tí bá ṣe ń wo ètò yìí, ẹ bá wa máa pín. Ẹ bá máa pín ètò yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe ń rí, torí ọ̀rọ̀ tí ẹ máa sọ láàárọ̀ yìí ó lè gba ẹ̀mí oníkálukú là, ó lè gba ẹ̀mí wa là lápapọ̀ wa. Ó dẹ̀ ṣe pàtàkì. A máa sọ lédè èbó, àmọ́ a máa sọ púpọ̀ lédè èbó, àmọ́ a gbìyànjú ká máa túmọ̀ ẹ̀ láàárín díẹ̀díẹ̀ pé kẹ́ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ní èdè tiwantiwa torí àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ Biafra àtàwọn ọmọ Middle Belt àtàwọn Amazonia àtàwa ní kíní pé ó ta bá wa pé ká tètè máa ṣe kíní ẹ bá a máa pín ètò yìí bá a ṣe ń wọlé ẹ dẹ̀ bá a máa subscribe sórí Odùduwà TV nìyàn àti SAFE.WE ẹ ṣeun gan ni mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín àwọn tí wọn bá dẹ̀ gbọ́ yóò bá dáadáa torí ẹ̀ náà àti nítorí ẹ̀ ti sọ èdè ẹ̀ ní èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì ẹ ṣọ́rọ̀ mi yẹ yín ẹ ṣeun ẹ jẹ́ kí a tẹ̀síwájú tó láàárọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí gbogbo wa now okay welcome back welcome on board I would urge you all please let us share this broadcast very very important now we have a very important news to share with you what we're looking at here before I go ahead I was going to do something I remember that thank you very much for that I just had to now I want you to listen to this part of the discussion and this will frame part of what we talked about in terms of prayer alone. Prayers alone will never guarantee your safety. You cannot go on night vigil if you are not safe. We must have a 10-point plan of action, Citizen AY. So I will explain that in detail. Now, let me explain why we need to really take that seriously. Here we go. Listen to this. There's an election due to take place tomorrow in Ekiti. An election. You heard that right. In Ondo State, what happened? Over 100 people have been shot at, maybe the same amount killed, but we don't know the exact figures. That is why we need to be aware. Listen to what they're doing here, and I'll explain that a little bit more. Here we go. Sorry.
Those buying votes or those selling votes.
Listen, I want you to listen to this one.
Vote buying remains an infraction. Vote buying remains an electoral offense enshrined in the 2022 Electoral Act as amended. So our men have our instructions to arrest.
Every year they are amending that Electoral Act. It's a fraud. It's the same document. They just try to make you, it's all a trick. They're trying to fool you to make you think that they're making something big. Good morning to you, Odua today. Please, as you're watching us on Facebook, please, why don't you go ahead to join us? Come on, join us on YouTube. Subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Help us grow the platform. We're willing in that platform going really well. Because the message we're sending here is very important. It can literally save a life. Here we go. Not just a life, many lives.
And deliver for investigation and prosecution anybody found engaged in vote buying or in any form of financial inducement.
And well, you've forgotten what happened in 2019. People were given inducements. Even in the primaries, people were given inducements. So that's all a lie. They will never stop vote buying. This is all that is just a paper exercise. Don't believe it, not one jot. But I'm going somewhere with this. Listen to this.
This we have told them, and we have equally had the opportunity of letting the stakeholders. We had
please share the broadcast. Do share the broadcast. We appreciate you all.
Representatives of the police
very important.
And the Inspector General of Police IGP Usman Alkali Baba MDC was in attendance, and this has been made abundantly clear to the stakeholders.
DIG, forgive me, this is something we hear time and again. We're going to arrest those buying votes. We will ensure that there isn't vote buying.
They never arrest them. They have no intention of arresting them because the governance is corrupt from top to bottom. This is why we say break it up. This is why we say stop supporting one Nigeria. Go for Yoruba nation. That is where our future lies. Why do you want to continue to listen to answer to a name handed to you by those who came to rob your land? Why? Why? Let's listen on.
But we realize that during the elections, these things happen. So, again, how can we be sure that this time is different?
You know, the buyer and the seller are always in mutual agreement as to what they intend to do. We will rely heavily on information. We will rely heavily on intel. A seller of vote will not invite the police, making it known in public that he wants to sell his votes. The buyer.
You see the trick they did there. He's a deputy inspector general. A deputy. You don't realize that, do you? He's a deputy general inspector of police. Listen, oh, I presume
found engaged in vote buying or in any form of financial inducement.
Kokumo is his name.
This we have told them, and we have equally had the opportunity of...
Let me just go there again one more time. I want you to see it yourself.
During elections, there's a security angle, but there's also one major problem we face time and again, and that's...
Please share this broadcast. Share it. Very important.
What brief do your men have in terms of apprehending either those buying votes or those selling votes for tomorrow's election?
Vote buying remains an infraction. Vote buying remains an electoral offense enshrined in the 2022 Electoral Act as amended. So our men have our instructions to arrest and deliver for investigation.
Johnson Kokumo.
Anybody found engaged in...
Let me just mute it. You won't be able to see it. I'm trying to see if you can see it in a way. How can I do this? You may be okay. No, we'll just take it from me. His name is Johnson Kokumo. Now, that's a deputy. He's a deputy inspector general of police. Yeah. Now, what that means again, they are bringing him to elections and they're bringing him to speak on Southwest issues. You know what they're trying to make you believe psychologically, that yes, we are part of this process. You're not. You need to understand. You're not. He will be told, he will do what is told by the Inspector General of Police and everybody else. This is just a charade. We need to break it up. Listen on.
Vote buying or in any form of financial inducement.
Please. Yeah.
This we have told them, and we have equally had the opportunity of letting the stakeholders. We had the stakeholders meeting where we have the representatives of the political parties and the Inspector General of Police IGP Usman Alkali Baba MDC was in attendance, and this has been made abundantly clear to the stakeholders.
There's something I may go somewhere actually.
We hear time and again. We're going to arrest those buying votes. We will ensure that there isn't vote buying. But we realize that during the elections, these things happen. So again, how can we be sure that this time is different?
You know, the buyer and the seller are always in mutual agreement as to what they intend to do. We will rely heavily on information. We will rely heavily on intel. A seller of votes will not invite the police, making it known in public that he wants to sell his votes. The buyer will equally not make it known to the police that he wants to buy votes. So it's always something that is done in total secrecy. But I want to assure you and assure the good people of Ekiti State that we have our men out there who, of course, are on surveillance, gathering information as regards this. And I want to request from members of the public that if you see something, try and say something. If you have information concerning those intending to buy votes and those intending to sell votes, they should, of course, reach out to us.
I know this issue of vote buying, I mean, we rely heavily on just how much evidence that you can gather in terms of prosecution.
Can you see the amount of police now for elections? Oh, listen, I want you to, I'm going to pause it.
But I want to
it's a message they are trying to make you feel.
The people of Ekiti State that we have our men out there who...
You see all of this army. Please, we need to ask a question. Where are this army when our people are being killed, though? Where are this army? You notice now, it's about elections. They are bringing the army out. So what that means is that your life does not matter. This as they are burying those who are at Ekiti, who are killed at Ekiti. So I'm going to try and see if I can find that, and we may go to that. But I'm just pausing it there. That if you look on the screen now, look at the police. They are out now because the election is happening tomorrow. And the army, you know, it looks like it's the police and, well, it's the police. But they're dressed like the army. You can't tell the difference. They are out now in force. but our lives are being taken every day. And it is only now that they're talking about a rigged election that they're now bringing the army out, the police out. I just want you to just see that. That is why we're saying we cannot trust Contraction One Nigeria. Break it up. Listen up.
Of course, our surveillance, gathering information as regards this. And I want to request from members of the public that if you see something, try and say something. If you have information concerning those intending to buy votes and those intending to sell votes, they should, of course, reach out to us.
I know this issue of vote buying, we rely heavily on just how much evidence.
Let me show you again. I just want to just show you that bit again.
Will equally not make it known to the police that he wants to buy votes? So it's always something that is done in total secrecy. But I want to assure you and assure the good people of Ekiti State that we have our men out there.
See?
Who
you see that?
Our surveillance.
You see?
Gathering.
You see that now? You see? So they are on surveillance. Why couldn't they use the same surveillance to prevent the killings in Ondo State? And these killings in Ondo, 6 have been killed. A lot of people are killed in Ondo. Why couldn't they use the same surveillance? I'm asking, why? Why couldn't they? I'm keeping this on because I really want it to, I want this to be really in our mind, psychologically, physically, mentally, everything. Because we need to wake up from we've been put to sleep, and enslaved in our own land. And we need to claim it back. Why couldn't they carry out surveillance to make sure that they prevented the killings? In Ondo State, a few days ago, I got a text, 6 people were killed. The same Ondo State, a man that was killed, they've not attended to his wife, they've not paid any compensation. This is nonsense. But when it comes to these elections, they only care about pretending that you voted, and they use it to oppress and suppress you. You need to break out of contract for Nigeria. That's what we're saying. Let's listen on.
Information as regards this. And I want to request from members of the public that if you see something, try and say something. If you have information concerning those intending to buy votes and those intending to sell votes, they should, of course.
Can you see the amount of army, Nigerian police force? Can you see the amount of police around? Can you see? But they are killing us every day. They are killing us every day. Please share this broadcast. I want people to really see. They are killing us every day. They are killing us. Look at the police. So these guys, they know this is a psychological message that they're sending out. So now you know that One Nigeria is a fraud. They want you to vote in this election so that they can continue to loot from you and continue to deny you access to your own resources. It's time we woke up, my people. Please wake up. Let me see if I can do it like this. I'm going to try and do something to this now, actually, because I don't want to keep coming off. I'll do it one more time. Yeah, okay, let's try that. So can you see? You can see now. You can see what I mean. I'm sure you understand perfectly well what I'm really saying here. Elections is coming. Suddenly, they're bringing the police out. But on a day-to-day, the lives of the people don't matter. They are only protecting that coming out to show a force to make you believe that, oh, there is one Nigeria. It's all a lie. And they even bring in a deputy who's a Yoruba man to come and speak to the Yorubas. And if it's an Igbo election, they will bring the Igbo man. All of it is to try and make you think that you have a nation. It isn't. As I speak to you, there is a breaking news. The breaking news is this. That the people that abducted the people in Imoson, Itori Ewekoro, in Itori Ewekoro local government. The men they abducted, the 2 men they abducted there, the abductors called and told him that it was now 10 million and that I have to hasten up with the payment. And he said the guy had to tell them, I'm still gathering the money. And this is happening in Ogun State. This is a breaking news. Breaking news that I'm telling you. Breaking news that around 10:30 a.m. on Thursday, they called the relative of one of those who've been abducted. And, they said the ransom was now 10 million. And that I have to hasten up with the payment. I told them I was still gathering the money. This is what we are, this is crazy. To even, this is absolutely shocking. Shocking to the, it's beyond words. And these people, they are never around when we are killed. Why is that? Why is that? In your one Nigeria, these people are never around. So now they've reduced the money. Ogun church leaders, abductors reduced the ransom by 10 million, threatened victims. So now I'm going to show you the pictures of the victims straight away. I want you to see the pictures of the victims as well as I'm talking to you right now. So I'm going to get that to you straight away. So here we go. This is from the Punch, but I'm going to show you their pictures. So because those pictures, they're important that you know. So let me just put that up. So you see that coming up shortly. But I'm just showing you, in the absence of, these people, the military or the police, they are never around to protect the people. They are only there to protect that system, to ensure that it continues to oppress and suppress you. And it's time we break it up. Now, let me go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and do it now. So here we go. So here we go. 1 minute, please. I'm just trying to get this right. Oh my gosh. Where are we going? We're going there. And I might even share I'll probably show you the broadcast as well, the thing as well, so you can hear. Now, so they said, yeah, okay, so let's go back again. And now I'm going to do this so you can see it coming up as well. Okay. Now, you should see something coming up soon. I'm just working on it as I speak to you, because sometimes these things you need to really be on it. Let me see again. Okay, now different ways of getting there, but we'll get there in the end. Now let me show you the pictures of the men that have been abducted. I wasn't going to do that, but then I will go and talk about this in a lot. Here we go. That's it. Those are the pictures of the men abducted. Ogun church leaders, abductors reduced ransom to 10 million, threatened victims. So here we go. Gunmen who invaded the church of Oshofa Wasimi in Eweko local government area, just 20 minutes from Osangota, Ogun State, and abducted 2 worshippers have reduced their demand from 50 million to 10 million. The shepherd of church, Prophet Oluwatosimi Olugbemi, on Thursday said the hoodlums threatened to kill the victims if the money was not paid. Punch Metro had reported the gunmen who wore masks and face caps invaded the church and abducted the shepherd assistant pastor of the parish, Oluwaseun Ajoshi, and Sunday school teacher, Dagunru Ayobami. The victims were said to have been taken away from the church around 11:40 p.m. on Monday when gang struck. The hoodlums later reached out to the parish founder and demanded a ransom of 50 million naira. But on Thursday, Olugbebi, who disclosed the ransom had been reduced, said the gang was threatening to kill the Christians. He said around 10:30 p.m. Thursday, they called me and told me the ransom was now 10 million and that I have to hasten up with the payment. I told them I was gathering the money. My assistant, Oluwaseun Ajoshi, who spoke to me on the phone, said they were taken to a riverbank and the government threatened to shoot them if the ransom was not paid on time. I pleaded with the abductors that I had only gathered 200,000 naira and was still looking for the rest. But they said I must make the full payment of 10 million naira. The State Commissioner of Police, Lanre Bankole, stated the command was still making efforts to ensure that the victims were rescued unhurt. Nonsense. If the police want to move, if they want to take action, when they are allowed to take action, here is what you will see. This is what you will see. You see, I'm trying to show you that one Nigeria is a fraud. When they are trying to protect what the system that is being used to oppress you, they will come out en masse. But when they're supposed to protect your life, they don't come and your rescue. Do you get it? I hope you are getting it. When they're supposed to come and protect your life, these guys, they are never around. Look at it. Just this morning, they are showing us this. Please, if you're watching this broadcast, make sure you share it. You can literally save a life, because there are some things that are contained Living it a baby. Good morning to you, my brother. Please don't just watch this on your own. We urge you, the information that contain, and give us the thumbs up as you're watching on all platforms, because the more you give us a thumbs up, the more we can reach more people. And we really need this information to reach as many people as possible, because what we are going to do here is talk about things in a way that has not been spoken about before. Yes, many of us, we are good at talking about the problems, but then what do you need to do? What can we do right now about those problems? So, but I'm setting you the scene now, then we'll go and talk about it in detail. So this is very important. If you're watching me and you haven't subscribed to Citizen AY on YouTube, please, I urge you, go ahead and do so right now. Here's what you need to do for those of you on Citizen AY. Go ahead, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Hit the notification button, the small bell, and of course, give us the thumbs up. The thumbs up will make sure that we can reach more people. So please, I urge you, as you're watching this, it is very important that you help us in reaching more people, because the information that we have now, it's obvious to you now. It should be obvious to all of us. Ekoito Oduatide, welcome and good morning. Dolakpo Fashikwe, good morning to you. Let me just, and Bibi Ray, I said good morning on Oduatide Radio. And now let's go ahead and all of the others. Now let's look at what people are saying on Facebook. Don't forget, as you're watching us on Facebook, it will only take you a couple of clicks. Just type in Citizen AY, hashtag Citizen AY. Go there, click on just click on Citizen AY and subscribe. Hit subscription button, notification button. Finally, give us a thumbs up if you're watching this live. We truly appreciate your support. It is really important that all of us, we must get involved in this process, because we are trying to save a life. Look at what you see before you, what you're seeing. So let me see if I can see on other platforms those who are watching the broadcast, and I can just say a few comments. I mentioned a few names as we're going along. This is really, really important that we bring this to you. Like I said, the deputy IG, Johnson Kokumo is his name, and it's now showing us that they have the police around. Where are these police when our people are being killed? Where are these police when our people are being killed? So let me just see if I can put it up there. I'm not so sure. So if you do want to leave comments, please do share. So we're just asking this question because sometimes people don't seem to understand that what is going on is actually terrible, it's unacceptable. So please do, let's say, your comments. Okay, got comments from Temi. So let me just go through the comment section on and just, say good morning to you all. So we have Nwokocha Better Man. Yeah, showing love, giving us a lot of love there. Thank you very much. Dami A.G. Manuel. We're doing Baba AY. Thank you very much. Nuruddin Yusuf. Good morning, sir. So I appreciate that. So let's go back again. And a few others are there as well. But I wanted to make sure we reach which people, and make sure we acknowledge you for watching and taking the time. And I hope you've all gone ahead and subscribed to Citizen AY on YouTube. It's really, really important that we do that. We're trying to make sure that what happens is that the information that we're giving you really, is impactful. So now you just saw now that they were demanding 50 million. And the police are saying that they are going to try and rescue them on hot, but they're not going to send anybody. The government should be involved. They should be involved in discussing, negotiating, and ensuring that they're safe. They should be doing that. And the government should at the same time providing funds to protect them. But they won't find the funds for that. But they will find funds for 100 million naira. Notice this. They were saying for any elections into the primaries, they had money to make sure that people could provide 100 million naira for presidential elections for APC, 40 million naira for presidential elections for PDP. But when it comes to the lives of the people, it doesn't matter. Can you see this hypocrisy? And you tell us to keep supporting one Nigeria. Can you see what I'm saying? Does it make sense to you? Does this make sense to you? Can you see the injustice? This is the sheer hypocrisy. I want you to please share this broadcast. Go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube right now. We need your support. Let's listen on. Again, breaking news. They have now, the abductors who abducted 2 men from the church, from the Celestial Church. They initially asked for 50 million naira. They're now asking for 10 million, and they're telling the people that if they do not provide that money, they took them to the bank of a river to shoot them as of Thursday morning. And we don't know what's happening. And they've only been able to raise 200,000 naira. And the government has offered no help whatsoever. But you want us to go vote in elections. These people want you to vote in elections, but they're not prepared to protect your life. Let me say that again. These crooks in power want you to vote in elections, but they will not protect your life. The army you see here is all about showing a show of force to make you vote in elections. But when it comes to your lives, this man here, I kid you not. Let me go this for a second. Let me show you. See, the men here, these 2 men, their lives is at risk. Their lives are at risk because the terrorists have said that if they are not released, if the 10 million is not given, they will take them. They've been taken already. Let me read it to you to show you this is not a joke. Now, it says they were taken to a river bank. They were taken to a river bank, and their lives threatened on the spot. That if they're not providing that, if they don't provide the 10 million, let me read it to you so you can see. My assistant Oluwasewa Joshi, who spoke to me on the phone, said they were taken to a river bank and the government threatened to shoot them if the ransom was not paid on time. I pleaded with them, the abductors, that I had only gathered 200,000 naira and was still looking for the rest. But they said I must make full payment of 10 million naira. Can you see this injustice? What do you think about this? What are your thoughts on this? Let's have your comments on all the platforms as you're watching from. Don't forget, of course, go and subscribe to SAFE.WE on YouTube. This is really, really important because this is sheer injustice. It is beyond words what is going on. And if you want to make a comment, please, of course, let's hear your comments. If you want to call in, I'll leave a time to call in shortly. I'm probably going to be just over an hour, but I want to make sure this message gets to as many people as possible. So let's go see what people have written. So people have left some comments, but I can't access it at the minute here. So, but those of you on Facebook, if you're watching me on SAFE.WE, watching me on Oduduwa TV Radio, and you haven't subscribed to SAFE.WE on YouTube, please go ahead and do so. So the point I'm making here is this: they can provide. These people in government, they will find money to pay for. They will find money, which is your money. They are using state money to pay for elections and prevent you from having a say in that election by way of a referendum. That is why we're saying breaking up now. So the state commissioner, now listen to this, the state commissioner of police, Larry Bankole, stated that the command was still making efforts to ensure the victims were rescued on hot. These are just empty statements. I guarantee you, unless those people provide that money themselves, those guys will be shot to death. And that's in your own Nigeria. Remember, it's not like they don't have the police. Look, this is just in Ondo Ekiti elections. So this is just Ekiti elections. So look at that. Now, let's listen on to. I'm just bringing that to your attention. I will come back and talk about this a bit more.
Reach out.
You see that?
I know this issue of vote buying.
Can you see? Why are these police not around with guns like this to be in all over Ondo area, Ondo State, Ekiti State, to stop the daily killings of the indigenous people? Can you see?
I mean, we rely heavily on just how much evidence that you can gather in terms of prosecution, because essentially we've seen a few arrests time and again, but in terms of prosecution, nothing much is heard. And we've heard time and again that there are possibilities of maybe having body cams, or the police have some sort of evidence gathering that can eventually be used in prosecution, because it looks like that's the tricky part. So what more are you doing? Would you have policemen with maybe body cams? Is that in the works, or what?
We have in place adequate measures.
You see,
to check
all talk and no, where's the evidence?
Check.
Where is the evidence of adequate measures?
And of course, to
where is the evidence?
We have the capacity to locate them wherever they are.
It's a fraud.
To effect their arrest.
It's a fraud.
Carry out our investigation.
Mr. Continue to share the podcast, please. I appreciate you.
So both buyer and seller will be apprehended.
they are both criminals.
And help us share this broadcast. Thank you.
An electoral offense for which they will be processed through the courts.
Okay, I think it's important to speak about the kind of conduct you expect from voters, supporters, and all of that tomorrow, because I think it's always gray area. So
listen,
as a voter, how should I
then we'll go to the broadcast proper.
What is expected of me security-wise? So perhaps as a form of education, what conduct do you expect?
Yes, we have in place adequate patrol.
You see?
We are doing this, of course, in synergy with other sister security agencies. As I said, this exercise is not the one man.
So why is it that the sister agencies are not protecting the lives of our people being abducted and killed daily? Why? This is your one Nigeria. Those of you talking about one Nigeria, this is your one Nigeria. This is what we need to wake up and realize urgently. This is your one Nigeria. It's a fraud. Let me show you what I mean. Just, this is on channels. Listen, this is on channels comment section. It says here. Let me see. I'm trying to show you that this is not a and that was his. Congratulations to you, Emiloko of Yoruba. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm laughing, but let me congratulations to Emiloko of Yoruba land. Exactly. So let me I'm trying to find some other answers to the question. Now let me see how I can put it. Let me see. Today's news. Let me see. I want to see if I can give you some more comments. Just to show you. Nigerians, don't make the mistake, please. Avoid agbado, cassava, and yam. It's still a cabbage and it's shaking like a rain-beaten butterfly. Exactly. They're talking about, other things are saying APC is doing hide and seek. People are saying, what did Peter Obi did when he was a governor? Exactly. So funny. Somebody else said so funny. Nigerians are suffering and smiling people, but we Nigerians are suffering and smiling people, but we can't keep on this way. So let us make a change. This time by removing both APC and PDP because they are both the same. So Obi, I stand. She says, but that is the mistaken belief. I ask those who are saying that, what are you going to do about the fraudulent 1999 Constitution? Because that Constitution, everybody who comes in has to swear an oath. And also, what are you going to do about INEC? What are you going to do about INEC? INEC is what was imposed on you by that fraudulent 1999 Constitution. Without removing that 1999 Constitution, you can't remove INEC. Did you hear me? Without removing that 1999 Constitution, you cannot remove INEC. And the fraud will continue. So Peter Obi will never get proper representation. His votes will never be allowed to count. Because they will just make a statement that whoever they want to win, Northerner, will be the one who won. Without providing a single shred of evidence to support that statement. Because why? Because of Promulgation Decree number 24 of 1999. And this is why we need to break it up. So I'm just showing you. Let me see. I'm trying to see. So let's have a look. I mean, look. You can talk about Peter Obi all you want. The fact remains, the two obstacles in his front are the INEC. INEC we know. Independent National Electoral Commission is so-called independent. But we all know that they are not independent. Number one. Number two, the Promulgation Decree number 24 of 1999 is a noose. Good morning, Ganju Ganiu Adigbite. The number two, the Promulgation Decree number 24 of 1999 is the constitution that they are hiding from you. And they're saying, they've said it, that Promulgation Decree number 24 of 1999 can be seen as the decree of Nigeria. And what you are talking about behind that, all you see as the schedule, the schedule is what they're telling you is a constitution. It's not. It's a fraud. These are things that those who are even telling you to vote, why aren't they telling you this? Why aren't they telling you this? Because they have something they're going to benefit from that. That's why we need to break it up. So I'm just showing you that now. So like I said, the abductors, breaking news, the abductors of the two at the Celestial Church who abducted the priest and the teacher they're asking the price that they wanted to for as a ransom. 50 million has now been dropped to 10 million, but they've taken the two men to a riverbank and threatening to shoot them if the 10 million is not provided. And the police are saying, oh, they will do everything to make sure the people those two men are not hurt. It's not talking alone is not a question. You need to ensure that those areas, you know where they are. If you don't ascertain it, that's your surveillance. You are talking about, you see, now when it comes to elections, they're talking about, oh, we got surveillance team, we got everything. But why are the surveillance team not picking up these terrorists in our area? Why? So that's the question I'm asking. Now, let us go into the discussion proper now. So I'm going to leave that alone here. Now, I'll refer to this now and then. Now, I'm going to go and look at this here, and I want to talk about this now. So this is very important. Remember, I said this can save a life. Please don't forget, go ahead and subscribe to SAFE.WE on YouTube. We really need your support. The information that we're giving here, we don't want to just come and just talk and just leave you, without any idea of what to do. We've done talking. It's action that we need, collective action. We're done talking. It's action that we need. So let me just share that. Now, this is what I want you to look at. I want you to bear this in mind. And I would look at this and we'll talk. I might be on here for some time. I want you to look at that picture there. Look at the picture that I'm putting this thing on here. Can you see that picture there? That picture. Look at there. It's outside with a roof. And guess what? They are going. Teriamo Alade, thank you very much. Please do share this podcast. Go ahead and subscribe to SAFE.WE on YouTube. We really need your support. We need this to reach not only Yoruba people, but we need this to reach my Biafran brothers and my Middlebury brothers and Ambazonians as well. Yesterday, there was a final day of a three-day rally in Brussels, whereby the people, the Ambazonians, Biafrans, and Yoruba people, we came together outside the European Union, telling them that we have now cemented our self-determination. And we are telling them that they must recognize that we are independent nations. And that was great. It just shows how useless Nigerian police force are. They are too afraid of Buhari, powerless forces. That's one Dolakwa of Fashipe. Thank you very much for saying that on, of course, SAFE.WE on YouTube. Please share this broadcast. It really is important. You will be saving a life. Now, like I said to you, one of the things I want you to look at, if you're looking at this, let me just bring that down because I want you to be able to see my face as I'm talking. I'll put that in the middle here. Should I do that a bit? Okay, so that way, so you can see me. Okay, let's put it here. So that way you can see me as I'm talking about it. Because I want you to see the full picture without missing anything important. Here we go. So, that's better. Now, what I'm trying to show you here is this. Look at the lady in that picture. They're going on a night vigil or day vigil. They go to church. Yeah? Look, it's sand on the floor. That means that they are open to attack at any time from these terrorists who are in our forests, who are in our bushes. And don't forget, when we tell you to please chase Fulanis away from the junction, they are surveilling your areas. They are watching you all, and they are passing message to themselves on their phone. Okay, it is okay now. You can go, and in their language. So they've surrounded us all in our land. That's the danger right there. Because as you heard now, the people who went, let me read to you one of the lines within this topic that I want you to home in on. I said, and I stand by it, prayers alone will never guarantee your safety. It will never. You can pray all you want. If you do not take positive, concrete action to back up that prayer, you are wasting your breath. You are what? You are wasting your breath. You need to wake up. Now, what do I mean by that? You cannot go on night vigil if you are not safe. If you go on a night vigil, I'm going to go to church, we're going to do night vigil. Night vigil to protect something or to pray for this, to pray for that. Whilst you are doing the night vigil, that's where they will arrest you. They come and take you. And that is what happened to these people here. Let me go back to the thing. That's what happened to them. The story is very, very clear. And I want you to really understand. On a night vigil, this happened to them on a night vigil. So here we go. 11:40 p.m. The victims. So they were. What are they doing in church 11:40 p.m. with Ondo State? What are they doing in church? What are they doing? We need to start questioning ourselves. The problems are obvious for us, but we seem to be ignoring it. You think if you go to pray in church, you are safe. A church is not safe. I've just shown you the surroundings of a church. People can walk in. It's not closed. There's no attempt to make it safe or secure. And that is the danger. We need to think of solutions. Problems face us. It is our responsibility to not stop this nonsense of everything to God. Stop that nonsense. Because if you think you're praying and your praying will stop you from being abducted, you see it. You will see it. You stop. You need to wake up. But Muslim and Christian, your actions, not your prayers, are what will save you. Your prayers will simply help ensure that those actions are blessed in any way so that you can get more support. But your action is number one. Your action is number one. Are you type one if you all believe, if what I'm saying resonates with you? Please type one. Please type one. And I'd like you to just make sure as we're doing this, type one. Because these are the kind of discussions that we should be having. We shouldn't be leaving this and thinking, oh, it's okay. Well, God will do it. God will do it. No. People who are going to be helped have to first help themselves. Again. Oh. 1 second, please. Let me take this call. Hello, my brother. Hello, my brother. 1 second, please. Yes. Hello. Hi there. Hello. How are you doing? Okay. I'm good, thanks. Thank you very much. I am on a live broadcast right now. Is that something that you want to say? Oh, or do you want to say something about yesterday at all? Is that okay? Yeah. Sorry. Okay, sorry. I put it. My brother, I apologize. I was trying to do with the volume, but that was actually on my end, so it's okay. But I will talk to you later on. Great work yesterday. Awesome. The whole thing was awesome. So we need to do this again. We have to organize and keep pushing. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Well done. Take care now. Okay. Bye. So that was my Biafran brother. We're talking about yesterday, and we just quickly give a congratulations. Congratulations to all of us, Ambazonians, Biafrans, and Oduduwa. I will play a video if I can and talk up and show you such a powerful speech again, if time permits me. But what I want to do above all here, please type 1 if what I'm saying makes sense to you. You cannot depend on prayer alone. Type 1. Thank you very much, Oduatide. Those of you who are on other platforms, let's see you, please. Type 1. Because we need to really be engaged in this process. It's not just about talking alone. Let us be engaged in this process. Type 1. So let's stop here for a minute. And of course, whilst you're doing that, if you can go and subscribe to SAFE.WE on YouTube, even better. And we're grateful for those of you who are doing that. But type 1 if what I'm saying resonates with you. Type 1. Let us see that. We need to make this really interactive, and that way it helps us to know if we're actually, if people have an issue, and if you disagree, of course you can call in later on. But what I'm really after about is to make sure that we should not rely on thank you, Terry Omalade. You just type 1. I appreciate that. And Odudu and SAFE.WE. Those of you watching, I encourage you, please type 1. It's important. If you're on Oduduwa TV Radio as well, please type 1 if what we're saying makes sense to you. Very, very important. Because you cannot rely on a prayer to save your life alone. You cannot. You need to take concrete steps. And the concrete steps are things to know. These people, look, let's see, they were Monday night, 11:40 p.m. at night in church. What are you doing in church? Barely a week ago, the people of Ondo State were killed in the church. And you should be aware of providing your safety and security. But they not only put themselves at risk, but their congregation. and they've now been abducted. And these are what we're saying. Please type 1. Those of you watching us on Duduwati Radio, I see that Brown Close has typed 1. Those of you watching, please go ahead, Yeah, exactly. So please, those of you, Adegbite Ayeni says, Baba why? These people know what they're doing. They are not Hausa Fulani. What they are they not Hausa Fulani? What they are after is our land, nothing else. But my belief is that they will never succeed. We Yoruba are going home. Absolutely. That's why you see me. You see, I'm wearing this around me to remind and show us that the struggle is about going for Yoruba nation, and we will achieve it. We must achieve it. So please type 1. Otegbe here, Raphael. Good day, Baba. Me atata. He says to Nati, Liva Baba Atat. How are you doing? I'm family today, sir. God bless you, Baba me. So thank you very much. Brown 1 types 1. Please, those of you watching us on the Duduwati Radio, eba wate okon, teba fọwọ́ sí pé àwọn èèyàn wa kò yẹ kó gbàdúrà lásán láì gbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti dáàbò bora wọn. Ẹ bá wa fi okon sí, ẹ tẹ okon. Ìjọ ẹ bá tẹ okon, tẹ bá ṣe ń wò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Lórí Duduwati Radio, lórí Facebook. Ẹ tẹ wá lórí Facebook, ẹ jẹ́ bá subscribe sórí SAFE.WE. Ó ṣe pàtàkì, àti Duduwati Radio. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ a rọ̀ yín, ẹ bá subscribe. Ó ṣe pàtàkì kí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kó lè kárí kọ́dọ̀ àwọn video kó dé. Torí ewu wà ń ta, a dẹ̀ fẹ́ fi àwọn àbá, àwọn ìmọ̀ràn tó múnádóko afẹ́ fi tó àwọn èèyàn wọn létí ká lè gbégbèsè láti dáàbò bo ara wa. So what I'm simply saying is that with this program is about encouraging us to have a plan in place to protect ourselves. You cannot be going to a church 11:40 a night vigil and talking about night vigil. Night vigil is about security, but you are not providing security. Night vigil is to watch something at night to make sure it's safe till the morning, but you don't provide any safety in your church. Am I lying? Do you disagree with me? Just going and saying you're doing night vigil and you're in the church and the church is open to allow people to abduct you. Please, on the platform that you're watching us, make sure you're giving us a thumbs up. Very, very important. On Citizen AY, give us a thumbs up, because the more you give us a thumbs up, the more we reach more people. Please help us do that. We need more thumbs up on there. Again, if you're watching us on the Duduwati Radio on YouTube, give us thumbs up. Really, really important. But here is what we are really saying, and we're saying that again. They went to church, night vigil, barely days after the killings that gone on in Owo. This is let me just see if I can get you some information on that one. Funeral service for Owo massacre. So let me just put that up. I might bring that up to you live. So if I can find it. Owo massacre. So let's see if I can find it for you live. I'm going to just give that to you, because this is people seem to forget for some reason, people seem to forget what is really happening, and understanding that, yeah, here we go. I'm going to show you that right now, because it's been going on. This is to make sure you understand that what we're saying is not a joke. We don't say it lightly. It's not something we're just going to just talk. We just want to talk. It's not about talking. It's about what is going on and why we should really be at alert in our communities right now. No ifs, no buts. So not that one. Sorry, 1 minute, please. I'm just trying to get you the information. I will bring that information up shortly. Give me a minute, please. Here we are. So I'm just going to quickly do this now, because this is crazy, and we're going to watch it together, and I'll show you what I mean. So here we are. So okay, so never mind. So watch this now. This is what's happening. Look at that. Look. Please share this broadcast. You see?
We are still live.
This is by Punch newspapers. This is funeral for those killed. Funeral for those killed in Ondo State. Owo. May their souls rest in peace.
Funeral mass is being held
Let me.
for the victims of June 5, 2022 attack on St. Francis Catholic Church, Owaluwa Street, in our local government area of the state. After this funeral mass, the remains of the victims.
You see that? That's families. See, they're wearing black.
In Imrele Road.
1 minute. In their honor. In their honor.
Mass burial.
Mass burial. Please wake up, my people. Wake up. It's time we woke up. Oh. It's time we woke up. Please share this broadcast as you're watching it. You're watching live the burial of the people of the massacre in Ondo State. Live. This is what you're watching now. Please share the broadcast. Let it reach as many people as possible. It's very important, you know. So I'm gonna quickly put wear my black in honor of them as well. 1 second, please. Give me a minute.
Don't forget that 40% people were reported dead during the attack on the church.
See?
Out of the 127 people involved in the attack, leaving 61 survivors currently on admission in different hospitals.
61 survivors, so 91 was killed.
The local government.
Did you all hear that? It's crazy. Utterly crazy. Wouldn't you say? She's totally crazy. May their souls rest in peace. Look at that.
So far, the governor of the state, SAN, traditional rulers, sub-government functionaries are present here to grace the occasion.
So Governor Akeredolu is there. Please
As
share this
the
broadcast.
occasion unfolds, we would like to bring you more details. Stay tuned to Punch newspaper.
You see? That's Punch newspaper. You see that? Look at that. You see that? Please share this broadcast. You're watching Season A, the platform where we speak truth to power. This is what we mean. This is happening. Stop night vigils. Stop night vigils. Stop it. Nasir Adetona is the one who's covering it. So we might go, okay. So let's have a look. Please share this broadcast. It's very, very important. You can see breaking news. This is what we keep telling you all. So the broadcast has ended, as you can see there. That was a quick broadcast. We can play from beginning if I can. If I'm able to, I'll play from beginning just to show you that broadcast. 1 second, please. Just give me a minute. I'll be back in there and just show you now. Let's go back in there again.
Yes.
I want to show you at the beginning, so because you need to see those are the number of people killed. We play it all over again because I want you to see. Listen, look at that. See that?
And here you can see we are having the funeral mass for the victims of June 5, 2022 attack on St. Francis Catholic Church, Owaluwa Street, in our local government area of the state. It will be recorded that 40 people were recorded dead during the attack, while several other people recorded varying degrees of injuries. When the gunmen
See that?
attacked the church on June 5 while Mass was going on. Here we have the governor of Ondo State, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, SAN,
You see that?
and other top government functionaries present here to grace the occasion. We also have here relatives
The relatives of those killed.
of the victims of the attack. They are here to pay their last respect
May their souls rest in peace.
to their loved ones.
The system that made it possible to kill, to have them killed. This is very, very sad indeed.
The remains of the victims shall be taken to Emure Lero here in
Look at that.
Owo for mass burial.
Mass burial.
However, Punch reliably gathered that some of the relatives of these victims have rejected the mass burial,
Of course, they should be reacted.
particularly people from the eastern part of the country.
Exactly.
They say it is a taboo for the remains of their loved ones to be buried outside their state of origin.
See, that is again. That's your one Nigeria. They don't care about what you think, your personal beliefs. You know, in your as an indigene, it doesn't matter. They're going to bury them mass, and the people are protesting against it. They don't want it. They should bury them the way they want themselves. They have a say in this. It's their family's life that the government failed to protect. That has been taken. Governor Keredu should be listening to them, not the federal government. And this is. Please share this broadcast. Please share this broadcast. Yes, may their souls rest in peace. Fashikwe, my brother. Yes, may their souls rest in peace. Please share this broadcast. Help us reach more people. We really need your support in growing Citizen AY on YouTube. Here we go. Let's carry on.
That government and the church have given them the permission to take body of their loved ones to whichever state.
Thank you very much, Alagba Samson Adekunle. Thank you.
Although those who wishes that the bodies of their loved ones should be buried here,
You see?
be intact here.
You see people that are at alert. What's happening? Everybody's alert.
Here
You see?
you can see people who were not given access
You see?
to the hall. They broke protocol and they are trooping inside.
Of course they should be trooping inside. It's their families. I mean, please share this broadcast as you're watching it. It's covered by Punch newspaper, and we are showing it to you to make you see the reasons why we need to go for self-determination, go for Yoruba nation. Everything you're seeing here is justification for going for Yoruba nation, because the lives of our people as indigenous people are being taken by the terrorists, and the government is doing nothing about it. Nothing. Look at that. Look.
Don't forget that.
Look.
40 people were recorded dead during the attack at St. Francis Catholic Church.
Look at that. Look at that. Look. May their souls rest in peace, man.
On June 5, while several others recorded varying degrees of injuries and are receiving treatment.
You see? Why are they being put on the floor? They should all be put on a... Okay, not on the floor, sorry. No, lift that was on the floor. Look at that. Look. Look at that. Look at that shoe. Look at that shoe in the middle. Can you see the shoe? That's a child. That can be... That's a child. It should not be happening in our land. You're right. This... Look at that. That's a child. That's a child's boot. Doesn't it look like that to you? I don't know. What do you think? May their souls rest in peace. This is so sad. So sad. So sad. And I want us all to please, these are the reasons why when we do this broadcast, we do it because we want to try and raise the level of consciousness and awareness that why we should go for Yoruba nation. Every death is the proof that Nigeria is about exterminating, carrying out genocide against indigenous people, and we have no business supporting one Nigeria. One Nigeria is not my ancestral name, or your empire, Yoruba, Odua. These are the names I recognize. I don't recognize Nigeria. I don't. It's an imposition. Yes, this should not be happening in our land. Please do leave comments. If you want to leave comments, I appreciate you as you're watching us. But let's watch on. That's a child there. Right there.
Hospitals across the state. And you are watching the funeral mass for the victims of the attack.
See, these are children, like teenagers. Look.
Here we have bishops and priests from different states. The state governor, Mr. Barutimi Akedo, is also here.
See that? That's a victim right there. I think that's a victim right there. I may be wrong, but that looks like a victim to me. I may be wrong. But that looks like he's a victim because the hand is still swollen. He managed to escape, I think. I could be wrong. Look at that. There you go. Sorry about that. Oh, don't want that there. 1 second, please. Okay. So let's go back a little bit. Sorry. Let me just do this quickly. So here we go. See, that looks like he's one of the victims, but I don't know. See that? May their souls rest in peace. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is so sad. It is sad. Look at that, children.
Funeral mass is ongoing.
Good morning, Anna. She said they are targeting the crowd. Where they're targeting where the crowd is. They should make sure the CCTV is everywhere in the church. Very good point. Very good point, my sister. Very good point. Oluwashinwarolo, good morning. Anissa writes again, so sad. Indeed, you're right. You're right. Now let's carry on anyway. So Toaib, Olawale says multiple uniformed men entering Oyo State with intention not known. Check Koiki Media. So Koiki Media has carried that. We will talk about that. Thank you very much, Tawi. I'll speak to Koiki about that as well. I'll try and find out. So it says here, if you keep the manner of praying to God, we will all get killed. We need to prepare ourselves. I'm not a Christian, but I know more about the Bible. Exodus 17:14. It says God told Moses to send Joshua to fight. You know, yeah, exactly. Now, I'm just showing you a brief, just give us a brief, rundown of what's going on. And it's harrowing. It's harrowing. But let's carry on.
We are still live at Midas Event Center in our local government area of Ondo State, where funeral mass is being held for the victims of June 5, 2022 attack on St. Francis Catholic Church, or Waluwa Street, in our local government area of Ondo State. After this funeral mass, the remains of the victims will be taken to Otakpete in Imurele Road for mass burial.
You see that? Those are families. See, the lady covering her eyes there. You see that? She's crying. Is this what our governors are going to be doing? Just watching. Whilst they kill us one by one. I'm just asking you. Are they going to watch us kill one by one? That's why I'll come up with a plan. I'll talk about briefly and I'll wrap up after that. I need to leave quite soon. See that? See that?
Don't forget that 40% people were reported dead.
Listen.
During the attack on the church. Out of the 127 people involved in the attack, leaving 61 survivors currently on admission in different hospitals
40 people
across
killed.
government.
61 survived. 40 people killed. So that's what it said. 40 people killed. 61 survived. Injured in hospitals. 40 people. May their souls rest in peace, those who passed away, and we wish those who've been injured speedy recovery.
So far, the governor of the state, SAFE, traditional rulers, sub-government functionaries are present here to grace the occasion. As the occasion unfolds, we would like to bring you more details. Stay tuned to Watch Newspaper.
Look at that. People everywhere, to try to survive, they're mourning their loved ones. Now the government is overriding the certain beliefs of people who believe that their families should be buried at home. They're giving them mass burial. Please share this broadcast. I hope you're watching. Share the broadcast. Please do share. You're watching Season at the platform where we speak truth to power. And you're watching live the burial at Owo in Ondo State. Yeah, in Ondo State, Owo, where they killed 40 people. Terrorists killed 40 people. Those of you going to church, now please, we urge you, be safe at all times. Don't go to night vigils. Stop night vigils, particularly if you have no guns. Just stop it. You are putting your lives in danger. Stop night vigils. You're putting your lives in danger. Stop it. So there we have it. We're going to pull away from that now. We'll come back to where we were. But before I do that, may the soul rest in peace. I want you all to please do something. Just start understanding that this is not acceptable. We cannot. There was a picture of the man that was in. There was a man who injured in the middle of that broadcast, and I believe he was there before. I'm going to go to that quickly. This is. If you do not listen to what we're telling you, if you do not understand what we're saying to you, these are the risks that you face. I want to show you. I believe he's more injured. I could be wrong, but I think he was one of those injured. I don't know if I can see it. I might have missed it now. Yeah, I missed it. I'll come back to it anyway. I'm trying to show you where the guy was that was injured. Yeah, well, that's it. That guy, I think is likely to be one of those injured. He may have escaped. I think so. Thankfully, because his face tells your story. And those of you who are insistent on going to church, stop going to night vigil. If there is no, you should stop it now. Stop night vigils. But we need to make sure that every church is protected. So before I go ahead and do that now, let me do this now. Let me now go to I want to show you something quickly. It may not be, no, actually I'll do it another time. I'm gonna have to see how this, let's just do something quickly for those who are watching. I know it's no, it's not appropriate. I can't do that now. I just can't process that. Right, okay, just bear with us. Yeah, this is a slide advert thing, but we will put it in there. But may their soul rest in peace. And it's pained. I'm pained. I'll try and get more updates about that, to find out updates and things, and there should be some compensation to put in place by us collectively for them. These are the kind of things that I believe that Yoruba Nation should be involved in. Every single person that is killed we should make sure that that family will reach out to them. Every single one. If we're serious about Yoruba Nation, I believe that every single family, we shouldn't go quiet on that. How do you all think about that? What do you all think about that? Every single organization within Yoruba, the Yoruba agitation for Yoruba Nation, the organization involved should come together and ensure that every person that is killed is recognized and compensation to the family as a collective. That is something that should be, it shouldn't even be an issue. That is something that should be happening. I firmly believe that. But let's just put this advert in before I go ahead. Sorry about that. Let's get this done. So here we go. So that's Lady Best World Fashion. So if you want to get in touch, that's the number you have on the screen. You can get in touch with Lady Best in association. We are doing this. We promote this with one of those who are sponsoring what we're doing here. So please go ahead. Let's So we will just to play that now and then. Please, one of the things that I would like to do, if you'd like to get in touch with us to advertise your product or anything, just like we're doing now, get in touch with us on +44 739 580 606. Contact us on admin@citizenny.org or oduduwatvradio.org. Either of those ones, just get in touch and we'll be able to help you promote your product on our platforms. As you know, on the platforms, on Oduduwa TV Radio, for example, we reach over 1 million people a month. So that is quite a heavy traffic that we can really get your product out there and promote it. And on both platforms, we do that quite well. And of course, increasingly also, that can also happen within YouTube as well. So please help us grow the platform. It really is important to help us in subscribing and again to reach more people with information. Now that's out of the way. Now let's focus on this now. May the souls of those who've been killed in the war rest in peace. Now the lady, again, that's what I said, this lady, look at that building there. You see, it's not safe. If you look at that building, it is not safe. It is not safe. That the ransom took place in Ewekoro local government area, and it's like literally 10-20 minutes away from Ota. Everybody should be, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. And I don't think anybody, whoever is watching this, please share it. And I want you to please really help us in start building this up, making our people know that our lives are more important than anything else. Yes, it's good to pray, but if you pray and you do not take any action to back it, that prayer is nonsense. It's a waste of your breath. It's a waste of your time. Stop going to night vigils if there is no security. You hear me? Stop going to night vigils. If there's no security, I beg, forget night vigils. If there's no security, I beg, wait it, forget night vigils. It is important that we do that, and I want to urge you all, please help us share this broadcast. We really come here to save lives. We're not here to talking about, oh, this one said or that one said. We need to take proactive action. What we have is, we have a lot of problems in our hands. We need to come up with solutions. One of them is this. In all our communities, communicate to everybody right now. Night vigils is a no-no. Night vigils is a no-no. Go to church, yes, but not night vigils. This kind of church, if you do night vigil in this kind of church, you leave yourself open to attacks. You leave yourself open to attacks. Stop that nonsense. Stop it now. We need community plan in place. Now, this is a good way of going into church. You have a gun, you can protect yourself, but we need more than one. We need more than that. So this is good, but we need more than one. Look at the amount of people around her. If they come with AK-47, that is not enough. We need 2 people. We need whistles. We need alert. This is why, you see where I'm going with this. We're going to where the community needs to take part in this. The community. And I'll show you a plan that I have in place. And it's relatively simple. We can do this. We must take this step. But let's carry on. These are the terrorists For example, the one in Ekiti, in Ewekuru local government area, they demanded 50 million. Now they're now down to 10 million, and the family have only been able to provide 20 million, 200,000 naira. That's not, so they're far short. So 4,800,000 naira short of the amount. No, what am I talking about? 9,800,000 naira short of the amount they want. This is totally unacceptable that the government of Abiodun is doing nothing to help that family. So this is why we're saying the community, if the government is not, just know, you see now that the reason why you have to go for Yoruba Nation, the government now, they said in their paper, by their own words, so let me show you so that you know. They said they were only going to, what's the word they used? Sorry. That's not it. Sorry. 1 minute. I'll get that back up now. Not this one. Here. Listen to this now. So all they have to offer you, all the state government has to offer you, is that they are making efforts. Still making efforts. You see? Let me move it to one side. They are still making efforts. Let me see if I can. Sorry about that. Sometimes you. Yeah, 1 minute. I'll get that sorted out. Sorry about that. They are still making efforts. I'm trying to make sure I've got everything in. So that's clear on that side. Okay. Please don't forget to go ahead to SAFE.WE and subscribe on YouTube. We really need your help and support. So let's go here. Where is it again? Sorry about that. Sorry. Just give me a minute. I'm really pressed for time now, and I got to really get going soon. So, but I need to do this first because it's important to get this done. So, subscribe to SAFE.WE on YouTube, hit the notification button, and of course, give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate your support. Please help us to continue to grow the platform. As you're coming in, we need to really, Thank you very much, Dolapo Fashikwe. We should. Every organization, all of us in this struggle. That's why the central account is very, very good. Where there's some discussions and whatever we have. I mean, we still have Yoruba Rescue Fund that is still running. We're going to have something in place, and we have the other one that's been mentioned that's in Canada by the Ilano. And I'm sure there are other organizations as well. But I think we need to work out how we do this process, whereby every single person killed, so that we start going on as a nation. When we start doing that, that everybody that is killed, raped, that there's compensation for their family right there and right then, from us, all of us. That is a sign that we're a government. Not just talking about this and that. Right now, we should be there for our people right now. We should be there for our people. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, but right now. Right now, we should have something in place for them. Funds of a kind, we shouldn't be waiting on charity. We should have that something to be able to put together and say, okay, all organizations, because this is not about one organization doing it, and we need every single one of us in, Ogwadula War. That means something. That I really mean that. Injured, maimed, killed, raped, any of them, every single Yoruba person should be receiving compensation from Yoruba nation, because we are government in waiting. By doing that, that is what we demonstrate by taking that step to pay for those kind of things. We are showing that we are a government in waiting. We're not waiting for them because the government is clearly not paying it. So we should start doing that. But that means that everybody needs to be part of the process. So again, I think when we have a central account, we have one now with Elano. But I do hope, this is my own personal view, I do hope that many other organizations will join in somehow. And this will be something that will be agreed centrally. And there is a structural issue that we need to address collectively. This is not just one thing. It's that one voice thing needs to come in. But that's for another time. But for now, what I'm really talking about here is that we should have funds that is available for every single Yoruba person killed. If you're a Yoruba person killed in Yoruba town, maimed or raped, we shouldn't just talk. That is when we know that we're putting substance behind what we're saying about Yoruba nation. That's what I really think. But going back to what I was saying here. So it says here, the State Commissioner of Police, Lanre Bankole, stated the command was still making efforts to ensure that their victims were rescued on hot. That all they are saying is talking. We're not interested in talk, we want action. We're not interested in talk, we want action to take care of our people, get funds in place. And these are the reasons why, these are the opportunities we can use to show our people that to begin to have trust in Yoruba Nation. We need to do that. Every single person's life must matter. If they kill a single one of us, we should have a place where there's a fund set, a minimum fund set for everybody. Minimum. It's not for the value of their life. It's to recognize that they are Yoruba people and we are here to protect them. That's what I mean. Right now, that's what we should be thinking about. Because it's not just these people have the people, their families have to eat, they have to survive. And usually they're killing the breadwinners and people who are able to provide, and the people that are left destitute. That part of being Yoruba Nation, we were protecting our people in their land and giving them the opportunity to be able to be part of of Yoruba Nation and be able to, as time goes on, benefit from our resources, because that's the plan. I firmly believe in what I'm saying here. I don't think it's out of place to say what I've said. I'm not saying we can solve all the answers right now, you know. So this is very important. Very, very, very important. You're welcome, David. Yes. Yes, we have to be vigilant in our area. So now, what I was going to go on to say is, the police now, they are only saying they are making efforts. You know, command was still making efforts to ensure that the victims were rescued on the hot. What does that mean? Nothing. Have you put in, you know, and you don't have to tell us, but what steps are you taking? And also in terms of funds, we know that you guys will not provide the funds. That sadly, we're going to hear that it's killed. And that's where Yoruba Nation needs to step in my opinion. That's where we need to step in to make sure that these kind of things we start addressing. But it requires funding from all of us. We need to all be part of this process and donate to however many things that we can donate to help and put the funds together to actually help each and every citizen of Yoruba Nation that we are building. Now, so let's go back to what I was going on saying before. That I'm sorry if this time is short. That's the thing. I'm a bit so let's move this back. Move that back. Okay, so now, so you can see now that whilst it is good that we have you know, that kind of protection in the Celestial Church in a closed environment, good, but we need more than one gun. We need more than one. And also at this point, I want us all to consider one of my good friends, Kunomi, is going to come and talk to us about martial arts. Martial arts to defend yourself, to be able to disarm people who are coming to attack you. We need to start teaching that to all our women, our children, we need to be doing that. Every community should have martial arts class. We need martial arts class. Our economy will come and talk about that. I had a discussion about it with him. It's just time is just, I'm just short of time now. If not, I'll come back and expatiate more about that. We need martial arts class. And I will talk about that and get something in place, and hopefully you can come and expatiate about that more. So we need martial arts class. Self-defense in all of our communities right now is a must, because we can be attacked at any point, at any time, and anywhere. Because we are open to attack. Look, the churches, nowhere is safe. And the reason why, this is the reason, more reason why we're talking about community plan, community action plan, CAP, community action plan, you know, community action plan. Let me put that down, because that's actually a good way to put this in place. So you're hearing here first. We should have a community action plan against terrorism, you know. So community, I'll write it down, action plan against terrorism. So that's what you're going to call it. That's what I would like to call it. So you hear it here first. We need that in all our communities right now. Community action plan against terrorism, because the government are not going to do it for you. Forget the army, forget the police, forget the governors, forget senators, forget House of Reps, forget all of them. You're on your own, and you need to take care of that step, that plan. So for that community action plan against terrorism, now what we need to do is, with everything I've showed you now, We're not now going to go into detail about that a little bit more, in a bit more in-depth way. So here we go. So I'm going to show you this quickly, and I'll wrap up, and I'll come back, and we'll talk about this more. Here's what I propose I will do. Quickly, because I need to rush off now. Okay, so please, here are 10 points of action that we can take.
And the truth.
Sorry about this. Let me go back again. Okay. I want to make sure that this is making sense. Where's the picture? Okay, so... Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so here we are. Is that the one? Yeah. Share sound. So I hope you can hear that. Now, good. Now I wanted you to see that. That's what I wanted you to see. So now you can see that. I'm not going to stay too long on the broadcast, but I wanted you to just look at the 10-point plan. This 10-point plan is just a skeleton. What I am calling the community action plan against terrorism is where the real flesh will be put on the bones of what I'm just talking about now. The community action plan. I'll come back and talk about that. That is something that each community will have to take, because you know the terrain, you know the area, you know all the things. You will have to discuss that, and there are certain things that would not be best discussed on air. But what I want to tell you is this. What I want you to know is this. You can have 10-point plan for survival of Middle Belt and Southern communities. 10-point plan, general. But now, when you now come to each community, you need to have community action plan against terrorism. You need to have that. And every community, be it church, be it mosque, be it businesses, be it whatever you are, farmer, school teacher, children, teenagers, you must all be in that community action plan against terrorism. Community action plan against terrorism. You need to be in it. Enough the communities ASAP, because your lives are not safe. And that's what I'm talking about. Here's the 10-point plan that I have in place. But before we listen to that, I want you to listen to this very important point. Here, listen to this. This is my Lafia. He told us about all of these things. And also, before I go ahead, I've just got information that next week is going to be hot. The information on ground is that next week is going to be hot. They mentioned Lagos. Next week is going to be hot. Those are the words that was used. Next week is going to be hot in Lagos. This is not a joke. If you want to ignore it, fine. You can do that. But next week is going to be hot is the message. And we want you all to please take action. That's why, again, this community action plan against terrorism is very, very important. And I'm going to flesh out on that. I'll write that. Each of the community, you must have that on ground yourself. We cannot write those kind of things for you. But we are giving you bare bones of how you can get those community action plan against terrorism in place quickly and make it effective. There are certain things that you can discuss that will have to be discussed community by community, that should not be discussed outside. But we need that plan. Like I said, the woman in the church with the gun is great, but look at the amount of people around her. By the time she shoots 1-2, the AK-47 has done more damage. So that is not a plan. That is just, it's almost, it's like a one enough. Okay, I've got gun. But if there's 4 or 5 of them, she's going to be outgunned. I'm sorry to say it, but that's the reality. We need a community action plan. Look out, people, those kind of things. We need to be watching our community. Those guys should not be in our community. They watch that church. The fact is, they watched that church. They saw that nobody was around to protect them, so they just walked in and took those two men. You cannot keep praying without having protection. If there is no protection in the church, if they cannot provide protection, don't go to the church. If they cannot provide you protection, simply don't go to any church. Pray in your home. Your body is a temple of prayer. Your body is the temple of prayer. At this point in time, your safety is important. I'm not saying don't go to church or mosque, but I'm saying if you have to, and if you're not safe, your body is a temple of prayer. You can pray in your mind. You can pray you can pray whilst you're sleeping. You can pray while you're lying down. You can pray while you're standing up. You can pray while you're walking. You can pray even as you're eating. You can pray at any point. Your body is your temple. Your safety is what we are talking about right now. And that means that every community, you need to have community action plan against terrorism. CAPAT. Please, CAPAT for sure. I'll come back and give you some more details about that. But that is just what, those are the kind of things you need to look at. You cannot be waiting around. People of Owo were abducted, and some people are still going to Vigil without protection. In the community. Your community is the lifeblood of anything, your survival. Your survival as an individual depends on the community. If you do not work as a community, they will pick you off one by one. Correct me. Look, take it as read. Take those words from me. That will happen unless you work as a community together. And that's what this 10-point plan is about. Listen now. Let's listen to what. And one more thing to add. The cost of electricity now has gone up by, I don't know, something like, how much did they say again? Oh, I forgot to write the amount down. But the cost of, they've just increased the price of electricity, and there's no electricity. So these are all plans designed to frustrate and make us enslaved in our own land. It's time to break free from this. We need to go for Yoruba Nation. But Yoruba Nation, those of us who are organizing, it is time. Exactly. Safe it. Anywhere you can pray. If church is not safe, please don't go. Exactly. Please don't go is what you meant. Yes, don't go. So now it's retracted, but it's gonna fix it. Now I'm trying to tell you that it is of emergency, of the utmost importance, that the message. That's why I kept telling you, please, what we're doing now is to make sure that you can survive this. And that's why I said, when you're getting this podcast, I'm not here to talk to you about this one said, that one said, listen to, what do you think? No, I'm trying to give you information that will save your life on ground right now. There are problems. What you need to focus on now is solutions. And those solutions are part of that solution. In every community, you must have the community action plan against terrorism. Community action plan against terrorism. Each community will be different from one to the other, the terrain and everything else. You will all know that. But by giving you the 10-point plan, you can now frame something up and have regular meetings urgently. There are things you need to take up and be aware of right now. So here we go. So with that said, let's now play this now. So here we go.
And the truth. And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their...
Sorry about that. Let's do that again.
High commanders.
Oh, 1 second, please. I don't know what's happened there, but I'll get that sorted out in jiffy. Just give me a minute. So I want you to just listen to that message, because this is going to happen. Next week will be hot. Bear that in mind, like I said. Now, let's go.
One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria.
Sorry.
Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down.
Please share this broadcast. You can save a life. Literally, you can.
Logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere.
Oh, man. Okay.
They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria. Don't joke with what I'm saying. I have a PhD from Oxford University. I'm a central banker. We don't talk nonsense. So don't joke with what I'm telling you. I have this from the highest possible authority, higher authorities of some of the commanders of the killers and Boko Haram.
You said northern governors, past or present, Dr. Badaya?
No, current.
See?
Current. No, they said one of them is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. One of them. And they are not looking for money. They have more than enough money. In fact, he told me they just came back from...
Did you hear that? So bear that in mind. Now we're going to go through the steps you need to take. So, and we told you, we said by August, and they are moving to plan. They are sticking to their plan. You know? Let me see. It says here. Okay. So let me make that smaller. Sorry, I'm not quite sure what's going on, but okay. So they are, you know, so this is what I mean now. The picture here is designed to show you your community. And your community, you are just one individual in your community. Without your community, you cannot be an individual. You are not going to exist. You need to be part of the community as we speak in terms of the safety and security. So please, very, very important that we understand that our thinking that we are, I am this person, I am a big man, I am a that, I am this one, I am whatever, I am that, I am. At this point in time, it matters not one joint. What matters is that you are a part of the community and you are playing your full role in ensuring that you are all collectively safe. Because if you are not safe collectively, none of you are safe. Safety in numbers. Safety in numbers. Safety in numbers. Yes, El Rufai state governor. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So, so I wanted to say that. So that picture is designed to ensure that we understand that. And you know, the interaction between the two. So this interaction between the fact that you have the terrorists who are planning and we now in the community, what steps are we taking? That's why you have the revolving thing going on there. That's the connection. It's not just there for looks. Here we go. Now, vigilance. I'm going to be very quick about it. I'm not going to stay. I'll come back and explain more. But I've showed you before. So, so vigilance is of utmost importance. This is what I call a 10-point plan. You need to be vigilant. The communities in the Middle Belt and the whole of the South, indigenous people must be on a high alert with key plans disseminated to all indigents. All of you must be aware when something goes wrong. What do you do? How do you? Every community, because just standing and looking and praying individually is nonsense. Going to pray and going to church and pray collectively is nonsense because you are leaving yourself open to be abducted. These guys, the Fulanis are all in our junctions. So and they're watching and they're selling stuff. They are watching our every move, and they know that area is safe. And that area is there's no protection. They just walk in with their gun and abduct. That's what happened in the church. Stop going to night vigil. Stop it. I'm not asking. I'm telling you to just stop for your own life, for your own safety. Stop it. So vigilance. Our collective communities are under constant unrelated attacks by Fulani bandits, i.e. the abduction that happened yesterday, i.e. the killing of 40 people in Ondo, i.e. in Ondo State, the killing of people in Ekiti as well. 6 were killed in Ekiti the other day. These are things that are telling us, that the attack by Fulani bandits Boko Haram is funded by the federal government. The government of the day, you cannot rely on the army or the police because the army is full of Boko Haram. The government pardoned Boko Haram and put in the army and they send them to us to come and kill us in our land. So you can't be safe. You cannot trust that. We need steps to deal with that. Vigilance is your watch. Every community must be vigilant and working together. If you don't work together, so and we need to protect. We must coordinate our protection of indigenous people. Again, example of that is what I just said now. Community Action Plan Against Terrorism, CAPAT. So let me just put that now. And so this is very important. I will give you more detail about that community action plan. Because you cannot wait for people who are outside to do this alone. You have to have something on ground for us to be able to build upon. If you don't, we are too far away to make any impact on what's happening, what's going on with you right now. So you need vigilance. Here we go. Number 2. So let's move this to one side so you can see what I'm showing you. It is very important. This is not a joke. Very much like my Lafayette said, this is not a joke. So let us go ahead. Okay, I'm trying to get rid of that thing. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, it's this one. Okay. So let me just do that. Okay, so now. So I want to just make sure that, understand. Tracking of the movement of non-indigenous people, often in large numbers within our community. When you suddenly see Fulanis moving and people just walk on, you see amount of people walking in your community and people just walk by. Oh, okay. Oh, they are, God help us. And we're praying. What's prayer? Danger is staring you in the face and you walk by like do nothing. Oh, hopefully they'll leave you alone. They won't. Your community is under threat. You need to work together within your community right now. That is what you got right now. You use what you have to get what you need right now. Your community working together. What you have is the community. If you stand on your own, and if you all stand on your own, they'll take you off one by one. So tracking of the movement is essential. There must be an organized headcount within record of all indigenous people urgently embarked upon and record kept. We must ask to know who the people coming into our community are. These are the kind of things. If you have lookout people, and if you go in numbers, one person going is not going to be good. But if you have 10 people asking questions, they start go, oh, these guys are aware. And that's what needs to happen in your community. You need to be very, very conscious of what's coming, what's going on. Discussions by indigents as to the likely impact of large numbers of non-indigents must urgently take place. So what impact will these people have? The number of people coming into your community, all of a sudden, what will it take? This is very important. This is not about talking. It's action. You need to be part of this, every community. Remember, the words are Community Action Plan Against Terrorism right now. Next step. Let's go. So, sorry, let me go here. I do apologize. I was out of there. Here we go. Now, the need to move about in community in minimum of 2. You should not be moving around on your own, if where possible. But to be able to make sure this happens, this is why talking in the community is important. If you do not have the discussion, then you will not all see the need of why you need to move in groups to provide safety. But if you continue to be on your own, you are putting yourselves in danger. It is as simple as these are simple things that you can do to protect yourselves. If you move in groups, these guys will be afraid. Just seeing you alone in groups. But if you're on your own, they are emboldened. But if you're in groups and your plan of action is there for the community, they will be very, very unlikely to go to those communities because they are aware. Because they want to attack communities that are not prepared. That is exactly the point of the terrorism. So every community, again, I'll keep saying it, Community Action Plan Against Terrorism. Community Action Plan Against Terrorism. Thank you very much, David Adegoke, my brother. Please, I want you all to share this broadcast. I am risking being late for my appointment today because this information is so important that we can save a life. When I say we literally can save lives, I mean exactly those words. So share this broadcast. Share this broadcast. Make sure it reaches people in every part of our community, from Middle Belt to the southwest to the southeast and everything in between. Right now, this is not a game. It is going to be hot next week in Lagos. I'm telling you, it is going to be hot, seriously hot next week. That's the information we're getting. And we heard about in Oyo State that they are moving some people in in military uniforms, unidentified people moving around. We need to be aware. Community Action Plan Against it. If you are folding your arm and they are coming into your community, you are telling them to walk in and they can take it over. But if you have a plan, that is why you cannot look. I don't care who you are right now, pastor, minister, doctor, whatever. You need to be working from coming up with the Community Action Plan Against Terrorism in your community. Each of you right now. And it has to be that way. You have to start that in your community right now. Going to church is not going to protect your community. It isn't. Going to the mosque is not going to protect your community. It isn't. But being a part of a vigilante group, set up and have a plan in place to save your community will protect lives. And it will save more than half of the lives of the people that are currently being killed. I kid you not. That's the reality. Now, let's go on. So now, the need to move about in community within minimum of 2. Again, for that to be effective, you need community action plan to inform every one of you. So you are all aware. So when we say, oh, we can't move about in 1, everybody knows why. That is why you need a community action plan against terrorism. The meeting must stress the need to implement this suggestion across the community with immediate effect, as daily killings of indigenous people by Fulani invited to come from across West Africa to Nigeria by Governor Bala Mohammed and federal government is increasing at an alarming rate. The word safety number is very relevant here. Please hold those words dear. Now, let's listen to the words of this Bala Mohammed.
And of course, we will try more to cultivate that culture in our people, while at the same time bringing the Fulanis in one fold and try to arrest their traditional practice of moving from one place to the other. And that is very big, an uphill task. But I think we can...
Sorry about that.
And communicate with them more, because to them they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
Sorry about this. I'm trying to make sure you can see that thing. So here we go. Now let's do that for a minute. Now let's carry on. Okay.
But that's the thing, Your Excellency. How
Listen.
do we ensure that...
Oh, okay.
Those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of
the operations.
Operations. You
This
said
is
to
it.
bring in the Fulanis together. We have
You
Fulanis from other
see, the
countries as
issue
well.
of misconception, I see there is a lot of mistrust and misconception.
See this nonsense?
with regard
I'm not going to play it all, but I want to
The
just
Fulani
give an
man
idea.
is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from
that?
Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are all...
Now, I'm going to stop that there because I don't want to talk more, waste more time. But you can see that they are bringing in Fulanis from across the whole of West Africa, and they call them Fulanis, but they want to take our land, and they're telling us we're Nigerians. No time for further discussions. Action is what we need. Community action plan against terrorism. Now, not tomorrow. Yesterday. Have it. Discussions, steps. This will impact how you get your food. This will impact how you go about your business. This will impact your daily business. Because lives are being taken. So the community must talk, must communicate and argue, set up a plan urgently now, not tomorrow. Now. Here we go. So let me just quickly run through this again.
And of course,
now, watch out for tankers. Again, I told you, in your communities, without having a community action plan where you have a discussion among yourselves, you won't understand why we're saying watch out for tankers. We say watch out for tankers because these tankers are being placed strategically in areas where there are high population numbers, so that when there's an explosion, boom, it will kill as many people as possible. And they can go in and those that are not dead, they will walk in and kill them because they're incapacitated due to the injury. So you cannot afford to have tankers in your community. You need to be watching them. You need to have a plan to move them along, to make sure that they don't stay in your road. They don't stay. These are the kind of things you need to think about. Tankers suddenly parking up in high populated areas is another thing that needs collective monitoring. Having indigenous people assigned to track and inform about these tankers and getting them to move on is extremely essential, as they may be strategically placed to cause maximum death and destruction in indigenous communities. So please, it's community action. You need a community action plan against terrorism. And it's a community coming together and making everybody in the community know that these are the things that must happen to save our lives collectively. Collectively is the word. Now, next thing. A rethink about who we individually appoint as security in our houses. Having a Fulani as your security man as your megad is possibly tantamount to preparing conditions for your own demise. These guys want to take our land. So if you are putting them as the security in your house, you are making their lookout for the terrorists that are going to come into your home. They are lookouts for the terrorists that will come into your home. They will open the door for them to come and attack you in your house. You need to wake up. So you need to end that right now. Get your community to protect yourself. Your community is about your community right now. If you do not do that, you will all be killed one by one. We need to wake up. Community action plan against terrorism right now. Okay. The community should actively encourage the key message: safety of a community can only be carried out by indigents. Only indigents can protect ourselves, because like I told you, all of our army is full of Boko Haram that have been pardoned and they've been given uniform. So you will not know. When you see them, you think they're army. No, they're Boko Haram, but they're there to kill you and take your land. So you need to wake up. This is urgent. This is not a joke. Take this message. You can save a life. Now, we are saying that, again, the police, they simply say once they arrest anybody who they find with a gun, guess what? They leave them again. So the police will get a call from Abuja. So the police and the army are not your friends. The only people you can count on as people who care about your life are going to be local people, indigenous people like yourself. That is what you need to do. So please stop this idea of thinking a Fulani man as a security. You're putting your life in utter danger. You know? Yes. So yeah, exactly. So I've got a whistle. I have a whistle. Let me show you what I mean. Very good point. So look, even a whistle. Yes. Let me show you. I have it here because I want to demo. I don't want to just talk it. If I show it, if you don't hear anything else, if you hear anything else other than, if you remember only just this alone, a whistle. Walk around. Every community should walk around with a whistle. Yeah, I'm sorry about this. Every community should walk around with a whistle and go. You see? Sorry. I think something's stuck in that one. Okay. You see that? If you whistle like that, I'm showing you. You have that with you. You have that with you. You protect a life. You're making people alert. You need to have that. So thank you very much, David Adekoke. You can have that in your community. We can do that. This is something very important, simple but powerful things to make people aware of what is going on, and a little draws alert to things what's going on, the things that's happening. Please share this podcast. You can save a life, literally, by doing this. You can save a life. Thank you very much, Alagwa David Adekoke, and thanks for sharing that. I was going to do it, but I forgot, but I'm glad you mentioned it. Thank you very much. So share it. Now, next step. Plan to ensure that the community spaces open spaces are safe for indigents. So you should know where in your community you should have any open spaces. You should be having somebody watching those areas, and you should be removing any Fulani that comes. Oh, no, you're not allowed to go. Stay here. And the police will come, and the army will tell you to breathe, that they must stay. And you have to say to them, no, they're not safe. The army are not there to protect you when they come and kill you. The same people, they live there, they will come and kill you. So you need to move them along. But you cannot do that unless you as a community stand together. If you stand collectively as a community, the army will never ever confront you, because they know. That is why, again, community action plan against terrorism is so important in all of this. Where Fulanis congregate in large numbers, this must be closely monitored and contingencies put in place. I'm not going to say, the contingencies, what I mean. The simple but effective having more headcount than the non-indigenous is very much a priority. There must, whatever situation, there will always be more of you than them. That way, the message gets to them quicker. Just take it from me. Now, a recent case in Lagos where over 100 Fulani men killed and burned an indigent, David Imo, due to the fear that any indigent getting involved will suffer the same fate. This means the community must plan. You must plan. You must plan. Because if you think that you are okay today, oh, I'm fine, you will be the next target. And because of the community not planning, the community will stand by and they will kill you on the spot, just like it happened to David Imo. May his soul rest in peace. That's the reality we face. We need to wake up urgently. Now, next one. Community abandoned by the federal government. Again, I stated it before. The community meeting must ensure that indigents know the fact that they are not protected by the local, state, or federal government. You're not protected by any of them. They don't provide you safety, no security. They don't come to your aid. They do not. If you have to pay ransom, they don't answer it. They will only come and talk after you've been killed. So you need to provide your own protection. Community action plan against terrorism. Community action plan against terrorism. Community action plan against terrorism. Right now, Any protection of life and properties must therefore be put in place by the community themselves. Only you can guarantee your safety within your community. Only indigenous people can guarantee their safety within their community by working together. If you work together, you will be surprised at how much effective you become without even too many things being brought in for you. You will be as if, because everybody, all of you knows what is within your community. You know the terrain, you know the area, you know everything about it. And that unity will allow you to be able to pass information to yourselves without it getting out, to provide the safety you need right now. So that's another point there. Now, next one. Please think about first aid. First aid is what you need right. Injuries, and in your areas, you need to find a designated area, an area that you can keep safe for care in case that you need to take care of somebody in emergency. Forget trying to go to the hospitals and everything else. Forget all of that. You as a community need to design something in each community whereby when something goes wrong, you can put somebody in there. You can save their lives by doing that, and practice basic healthcare courses, basic healthcare exercises, first aid exercise, so that people teach your people so they can have first aid. Everybody should have that, so that you can by just knowing that when something goes wrong, you can actually save a life. Putting a hand in a wound, or knowing how to stop a wound when it's being shot, and you can save that life. These are the kind of things we need to be doing in our community. I'm not interested in just talk. I want to give you key information that will save your life. Please share this broadcast. I urge you. This is not a joke. Now, next thing. So, monitoring and ensuring the safety of that facility is important. So, first aid courses, please share it urgently. Again, I talked about, at this point, martial arts. Every community needs martial arts. I'll put it in this broadcast later on. But for now, every community must have a plan of martial arts for everybody in the community. How you can defend yourself when you are confronted by those with arms, and everybody has a right to do that. You need to do that as a matter of course. To our women, our children, our teenagers, all of them learn how to disarm without having any weapon. This is something that we need to do urgently in our communities. Now, regular indigenous town hall meeting. You need regular meetings to update you on what's going on. For example, if you had a community action plan against terrorism right now, what I said about the Monday being very hot, every community should already have had a way of disseminating such information quickly among themselves to make everybody alert. So prepare. You see, part of this best defense against terrorism is being alert, aware, and prepared to go into action against it. If you don't have a plan, you are open to attack collectively as well as individually. So community action plan against terrorism is something that must take place urgently. So now let me go next one. Oh, sorry. So finally, sorry, I'll come back again. Sorry about that. Okay, so now finally, sorry, not this one. No, sorry. There we are. No, not that one. Sorry. Sorry. I'm a bit rushed right now, but I'll get there. So, sorry about that. There we go. So let's put that up. The final thing. So go back. So here, scenarios. The final thing I want to talk about is scenarios. These scenarios is where community as a whole is engaged in planning ahead. Like I said, you have to plan ahead for likely situations. You do scenarios and you do drills, that kind of thing, and how it will be dealt with. Then, plan of action with a drill. So test and tweak the drill. So you test, okay, how do you have to plan and prepare, because when you do that, it's like, you see, when you're doing training, doing physical training, your body gets used to it, and once you do it, it just knows what to do. That's the same thing you're doing with your mind when you start doing the plan of action, the scenarios. Because when it happens, you just do it automatically without thinking, because you prepared for it. It's all about preparation in our communities. So we need community action plan against terrorism in all our communities, from the Middle Belt to the Southwest to the Southeast and everything in between, urgently. I will keep coming back and bringing this message. Only for time purposes, I need to rush off now. I will be back later on But I want to thank you all for watching. Please, this broadcast is very, very important. Please share, share, share. To be able to save lives, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube and also hit the notification button. Give us a thumbs up. I truly appreciate your support and the time you've given me, but only for time purposes, I need to really crack on. I will be back later on. This video has got enough information that people can take to actually save not only their lives, their family's life, but the entire community. 10-point action plan, a bare bone. The community action plan is something that you must do within your community and keep within your community, because the less people know all your plans, the better. It is more effective that way. But the skeleton, anybody can know that. That's fine. That's okay. It gives you an idea of how you can plan deeper. So this is about saving your lives. So only for time purposes, I need to rush off now. I thank you for watching. I'll be back later on to expatiate more on this. And we need to keep doing this kind of broadcast about things. It is very, 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 very... Yes. Well, I've just said it now. Those of you watching us now, next week, Lagos is going to be hot. That's what I've been told. And that's what we have to be. And you have to prepare. And that is why, again, it goes back down to community action plan across all the 8 states. Across all the 8 states, we need community action plan urgently, like yesterday. I mean, like yesterday. Literally, like yesterday. So, please, those of you watching this, don't just watch alone. Share the broadcast. Go to Citizen AY on YouTube. Subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Help us. No, thank you very much, my brother David. Are you okay? Daddy, okay. Please, I want you all, every one of you watching this. This can save a life. Share it. I'll do one more final thing before I go, which is this broadcast here. You'll see it coming up. This is something that has just come up, and just have a listen. 1 second, please. Quickly.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé gbòòsà fún iléeṣẹ́ Exodus.
So.
Ìwọ Sátidé. Ìlera tó nítumọ̀ la fi ń lò gbà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé gbòòsà fún iléeṣẹ́ Exodus Multi-Purpose Investment Limited. Iléeṣẹ́ tí wọ́n kọ́ṣẹ́ mọṣẹ́ láti orílẹ̀-èdè China nípa bá a ti ń ṣètọ́jú àìsàn ara bíi stroke, àìsàn tó ń gba págbẹ́sẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹni, ọ̀pá ẹ̀yìn, orúnkún, ọrùn, èjìká tó tún ń roni látọjọ́ tó ti pẹ́, àwọn àìsàn tó ń dènà ìrọ́mọbí, ìfúnpá gíga, gbogbo ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń ṣe ìtọ́jú. Ẹ jókòó sórí àga tá a pè ní acupuncture chair machine kó ṣe àyẹ̀wò ara yín kó sì pèsè ìtọ́jú lójú ẹsẹ̀. Ṣé ti meridian machine la fẹ́ sọ ni tàbí spine healing machine tó wà fún ìtọ́jú ara bákan náà. Pàbàmbarì ibẹ̀ tó ní wípé acupuncture chair machine iléeṣẹ́ ìtú ti kó wọlé bàbí tó wà fún títà káàkiri. Exodus Multi-Purpose Investment Limited wà ní nọ́mbà 4 Adéwọ̀lú Street tó súnmọ́ Sake Furniture Fẹ́lẹ́lẹ̀ Ìbàdàn. 09160604891. Àìsàn ò ní rágùn ara wa fi ṣe.
So there you have the promotion there. That's so if you want to promote your business on Oduduwati Radio and Citizen AY, get in touch with Citizen AY on admin@citizeny.org or on on oduduwatiradio.org, or call us on both numbers +44 739 580 606 to be able to promote your business. For example, the typical example on a month-by-month basis, we have over 1 million views on Oduduwati Radio, and in fact, I have 1.5 million and Citizen AY combined. So, so please, that is something that you can use to promote your business. We are here to save lives, to raise the level of awareness, to speak truth to power, but also to promote viable businesses, business people that might want to actually, employ our people. When we get Yoruba Nation, that now's the time. Join us. So subscribe to us. Hit the notification button, give us a thumbs up, and of course, if you want to advertise with us, just get in touch with Citizen AY on +44 739 580 606 WhatsApp. Also, admin@citizeny.org and oduduwatiradio.org. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Only for time purposes, I really need to crack on. I will be back later on. I hope this information, you found it useful. I hope you found the information useful, beneficial. I'll be back much later on. I'm leaving you with this picture because I want us to remember, this church is not safe. The mosques are not safe. The lady here is good, but look at the amount of people. That one gun will not save. We need to have a community action plan against terrorism. With that said, I want to thank you all. Mo kí gbogbo wa o. Torí àsìkò mo láti tètè múra, mo láti lọ ṣe àwọn kankan. Màá padà wá. A tún máa ṣàlàyé lẹ́yìn. A tún máa mẹ́nubà ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Community action plan against terrorism. Ó ṣe pàtàkì kí a ní. Community action plan against terrorism. Ó ṣe pàtàkì kí a gbé ṣe ètò yẹn ní gbogbo àdúgbò, ilé ní o, ìgbèríko, títì, gbogbo abúlé, ká ní ètò ìdáàbòbò yẹn kó ti múnádóko pé tá a bá ti rí àwọn kan báyìí, àwọn kan tá a máa ti ṣe kò sí pé ń bọ̀ ìbádẹ́rẹ̀ àwọn ṣẹ̀bẹ̀ sínú sọ ẹ jẹ́ ká yẹ ti ṣe àṣetò yẹn lẹ̀ sọ mi yẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣètò yẹn ẹ jọ ẹ bá pé ètò yìí ó ṣe pàtàkì àárí ọjọ́ mú lókùsọ bá ṣe ń sọ mi mọ̀ ẹ ṣàmọ̀ bí ìyàlẹ́ ṣe máa ń sọ a tún máa bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ later ṣe gbọ́ ẹ ṣeun. I greet you all. I thank you for watching. Only for time purposes I need to rush off. Thus I will not be able to do the normal stuff. But for now, I want to thank you all for watching. Again, don't forget, you're watching SAFE.WE, the platform where we speak truth to power. I do hope you found this beneficial, and please do share the broadcast and make sure it reaches more people. You really can literally save lives by sharing this broadcast. Please go ahead and do so. Do not forget to hit the thumbs up before you leave the program. And if those of you who are going to be watching later on, give us thumbs up, help us, and hit notification button because they will coming back with really key information to save lives. Lagos is going to be hot next week. Oyo State, we are hearing on the identified men with military uniforms are heading towards Oyo State as we speak right now. We need to be alert about that. So please, 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 take care. Take care. David, I'll call you back later on. I've got your number. I believe I have called it. I've got your number. Text me anyway. Text me on the number you have, and we will be in touch. Text me, please. Yes. Àrí ọjọ́ múlù solókun. Ẹ ṣeun, yes. Àrí ọjọ́ múlù solókun. Yes, I remember that now. Ẹ ṣeun gan ni. Àrí ọjọ́ múlù solókun. So before I go, I want to thank you all for watching. It is about our safety and security as Middle Beltans, as Biafrans, and as Oduduwa people, and of course, Ambazonians, because we are all in this struggle to free ourselves. So we mustn't relent. We will get there. And in fact, we have gotten there. Now, we are just ensuring that they recognize that they have no choice but to recognize that. I thank you for watching. You're watching SAFE.WE, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll be back later on. Thank you and goodbye.